In my childhood, Marybeth Gallagher was a mysterious figure, a recluse inhabiting the enigmatic house across the street from us. The neighborhood folklore painted her as the infamous crazy cat lady. Marybeth was a paradox, a woman shrouded in a cloak of isolation and guarded by an impenetrable fortress of distrust. Her reputation preceded her, and the unwritten rule was clear: avoid her at all costs. She, in turn, harbored a suspicion of the world outside her cluttered domain, perceiving every passerby as a potential threat or thief. Armed with a pitchfork and an unwavering resolve, she defended her sanctum from intruders, real or perceived. Her dwelling, a peculiar mixture of hoarding and solitude, bore witness to the dichotomy of her existence. Windows, save for one strategically cleared pane, were veiled by an assortment of boxes and forgotten artifacts. It was through this solitary portal that she observed the ebb and flow of the neighborhood, a silent spectator to the world outside. Once a day, like clockwork, she emerged to collect the mail, a ritual synchronized with the postman's fleeting presence. From my vantage point, peering through my bedroom window, I became an inadvertent audience to this daily routine. The routine itself was as predictable as the sunrise. Marybeth, a figure in her twilight years, would waddle cautiously across her threshold, vigilant not to let a single cat slip past her, gather her mail, and retreat into the shadows. In my curiosity, I developed a habit of watching her, day after day, as she performed this orchestrated dance with precision. Eventually, our eyes met through the transparent boundary that separated our worlds. A silent acknowledgement passed between us, and, over time, Marybeth's gaze transformed from one of suspicion to a tentative wave. One fateful day, spurred by a desire to bridge the gap of our neighborly distance, I seized the opportunity to offer her a plate of cookies. Timing my approach with the conclusion of her mail retrieval, I darted across the street, offering the sweet gesture. To my surprise, she accepted with a genuine thank you, and a brief exchange ensued. In that moment, Marybeth transcended the confines of her crazy cat lady persona. Our synchronized routines became a daily ritual, and in those shared moments, Marybeth gradually unfurled the tapestry of her past. She spoke with a raw candor, recounting the graphic details of a life marked by trials and tribulations. As our conversations deepened, Marybeth's once daunting demeanor softened, unveiling the essence of a woman who had weathered storms beyond the comprehension of those who judged her from afar. Our shared mailbox encounters evolved into moments of genuine connection, and I came to understand that she wasn't the malevolent recluse that local gossip painted her to be. Instead, she was a solitary soul, seeking solace in the company of her feline companions, and, against her better judgment, in the rare human connection that unfolded between us. As the seasons shifted and the chill of winter descended, Marybeth's struggles became more pronounced. The biting winds and snowy landscapes posed challenges for her daily trek to the mailbox. In a gesture of friendship, I assumed the responsibility of collecting her mail, forging a bond that transcended the boundaries of generational and societal differences. Then came the summer vacation, a brief hiatus from the routine that had woven our lives together. Before leaving, I ensured Marybeth was aware of my absence. Upon our return, I approached her mailbox, only to be met with an unexpected sight. Bills and junk mail spilled forth in abundance, a stark contrast to the usual trickle of daily correspondence. Concern morphed into a palpable worry, prompting a hastened journey to her front door. Marybeth, with a series of urgent knocks, I called out to Marybeth, announcing my return and the cache of unclaimed mail. A growing unease gripped me as I repeated my calls. Unwilling to dismiss the possibility of distress, I summoned the authorities, and within the hushed cadence of the next 20 minutes, the arrival of law enforcement marked the unraveling of the mystery concealed behind Marybeth's closed door. As the door creaked open, revealing a portal into a world of accumulated memories and forgotten relics, I was instantly struck by the sheer magnitude of the chaos that lay beyond. Piles of newspapers, weathered and yellowed with time, stood like ancient totems, bearing witness to bygone eras. Mountains of clothes, each garment a silent narrator of untold stories, formed undulating peaks that seemed to have a life of their own. Boxes, some neatly sealed and others seemingly on the brink of bursting, added to the labyrinthine landscape that unfolded before my eyes. A narrow, precarious path beckoned, meandering through this peculiar museum of the past, demanding a careful negotiation between the present and the layers of history that clung to every surface. The police officers, resolute in their mission, led the way through the disarray. The search for Marybeth became an arduous endeavor. In the midst of the clutter, a feline ballet unfolded before our eyes. 30 elusive cats, their fur a patchwork of colors, weaved through the obstacles. They darted between towering stacks of newspapers like nimble acrobats, leaping effortlessly over discarded boxes as if engaged in a mysterious dance that only they understood. The air reverberated with the soft padding of their paws and the occasional elusive rustle of fur as they gracefully slipped from view, playing a game of hide-and-seek. With trepidation etched on our faces, we persevered through the clutter until, at long last, we reached the heart of the chaos. The kitchen. A toppled stack of totes lay scattered like fallen dominoes. A skeletal leg protruded from the wreckage. The law enforcement officers, hardened by years of confronting the grim realities of their profession, took charge. With a collective effort, they carefully shifted the totes, revealing the full extent of the morbid tableau beneath. The cats, once Marybeth's only companions, now looked up at us with feral eyes, unapologetically finishing their gruesome feast. The reality of Marybeth's lonely existence unfolded in that tragic moment.